everyone. My name is Nat, and I am from the Professional Association of Canine Trainers. And I've got a short presentation today just going through the PACT journey to becoming a certified B Corp and why it's important to us and how it influences our decisions and our activities and operations on a day-to-day basis within the business. So for those of you that may not have heard of us, we are a very small team based in Hampshire, but we are nationwide and we're actually international in terms of our students and our members. And the point of PACT is to teach people that want a career in dog training how to do that ethically and effectively, considering the welfare of the humans and dogs that they teach, and also considering the wider environment and the impact that their business may have on the planet. The dog training industry, it doesn't really have specific strict legislation that inform the ways that we can work. And the ABTC is an organisation that is attempting to bring standardisation to the quality of service that people can expect when they go to a dog trainer. But there are lots of discussions to be had, and hopefully in my lifetime there will be some form of regulation with the RCVS, the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, on board as well, and some more sort of guidelines and qualifications and certifications so that people aren't accidentally falling into the hands of people that maybe don't have the theoretical background or the practical knowledge or the business acumen to help them with their dog, quite frankly. There are unfortunately lots of people out there that are very famous on social media or TV or just in their local community, and they pretty much set up without any credentials that really show that they've got the understanding of a sentient being and how they learn. So that's what we're all about at PACT, is improving the standards of our own sector, and we see B Corp as part of that as well. So this is us. We're a very small team, two married couples. So we've got Steve and Corinne, and then me and Jay. We all bring to the company different skill sets, whether that be in dog training, marketing, mental health support and well-being, academia, teaching, general people skills, and Jay is also a chartered environmentalist. So it makes sense to us that, one, we're all friends, two, we're all business partners, and three, we went for an accreditation that really show the rest of the sector and people that come to us to learn from us that we take the environment very seriously. So we live what we teach. We are welfare minded, ethical, effective dog trainers. We are respectful of non-human animals, and we eat plant-based diets. We have electric vehicles. We use renewable energy. We are ethical and conscious consumers as best as we can. And we pretty much, try and live the best lifestyle that we can to reduce the impact that we have on the planet, whether that's things within our business or our personal lives. So the PACT vision is really to revolutionise the companion animals training sector. I'm going to read this from our website. You can take a look, and there's more details on there within our sort of aims and mission policy. But in a nutshell, the PACT vision is that through teaching, coaching and accrediting animal training instructors using up-to-date science-led methods, we promote the importance of understanding and appreciating canine behaviour, ethology and learning. Supporting animal training instructors with their emotional, physical and mental well-being is one of our top priorities, as well as reducing the environmental impact of living and working with companion animals. And that's where B Corp sits for us, really. we have a wonderful membership of students and accredited members. So our students join us for a year to 18 months, and they go through the theoretical and practical elements of becoming a dog trainer, accredited dog trainer. And then they are a full member, and they can hopefully stay with us for the rest of their career, where we continue to give them updated information, support, information on how they can run their business sustainably. The dog training sector is a bit of a strange one. Most of us come out of university or education, formal education of some kind, and know that we want to work with dogs, but it can be quite difficult to try and make a living. The sort of full-time jobs for an employer are few and far between. Often the pay isn't great, and so a lot of us are self-employed, whether that be as sort of freelancers or within a limited company. So we're in quite a unique sector in that respect, that the passion we have for dogs and dog training kind of leads us into becoming businessmen or women, and we have to kind of pick up the slack of the business side, because most of us are not business minded naturally, and that's part of what we hope as PACT we can bring to our members and help them embed the principles of B Corp into the running of their business. So we have found that people have found us specifically and want to train with us because of our environmental ethos, and we kind of set that up as one of our missions and our important aims of the business from the start. And we really, if we're honest, we thought it would be an aside, it would be more of a for us thing, but there really is an appetite for it in dog training, probably because most of us spend a lot of time outside. A lot of us are conscious of our impact on the natural world as dog walkers. So dogs, can have, if they are allowed to, have a huge impact on natural wildlife populations. And so part of what we teach our students is how we can allow the dogs to be dogs, but also not be impactful on the native flora and fauna that we might find in areas that we're walking. So we're relatively small. We have 136 full members at the moment, 177 students. We have 4 intakes of our course every year, 25 students on each of those. They've been fully booked in for the past 2 years that we've been running the company, and we're seeing incremental increase in interest. And for example, we're booked up for January 2024 pretty much already. Our advocate membership is also a way of other businesses supporting us, and this is something that we hope we can grow within the B Corp community, and work with other companies, whether they need a sort of dog training spin on something, or they just want to say, these guys are local and we like what they do and we're supporting their work. So this is my office. This is one of our main venues at PACT. It's 3 acres in the Hampshire countryside. Well, it was a lot more countryside. You'll see the houses as we go around. And all of these hedges that you can see, we planted. So that was 1,300 little tiny whips from a woodland trust grant, and now 5 years on, they're thriving. This used to be equestrian use. So the grass was very enriched. It was pretty much just a horse paddock, and we have really improved the area for wildlife. We've put in 2 pens, and that the place is brimming with dragonflies, damselflies, lots of different species of birds. This is our outdoor classroom, so when our students do come and learn with us, they're in that kind of outdoor environment. surrounded by nature, which, as we know, is good and conducive for learning. And really, this all happened before our B Corp journey started. So we were really kind of the right mindset with environmental impact and improving areas for biodiversity. That's the River Hamble there. You can see that we kind of flagged across, and I think that we have kind of done our bit to improve the area as much as we can for wildlife. So this is our journey to B Corp. Um, Jay did much of the heavy lifting because he's very qualified to do so. But it wouldn't really have been on our radar, I don't think, if we didn't have those strong environmental ethics in the first place. So as much as I do like badges and accreditations, we don't out opportunities for the sake of it. They're very well chosen and specifically chosen accreditations that we look for, and B Corp was one of those. So when we took over the business, it's been running a few years before we took over as directors. And one of the first things we did was to look at the requirements of a B Corp, because we knew it was something we wanted to do. And we made all of the changes that we needed to when we set up our limited company, all the prep really. So that's writing all the policies that were required, updating our articles of association so that it's all legitimate and open. We run our business very transparently anyway, and so the requirements for B Corp were not just things we needed to do for the application, but things we would want to do within an acceptable business anyway. We submitted in June 21, and we were awarded pending in February 22 after a few back and forth to add things in that we hadn't included. And then we were pending for a year. I think that's part of the requirements, that you are then adding in extra bits, and gives you time really to get to know the systems and what's in place, and do a bit of networking as well with some of the other companies that are in the B Corp community. We submitted our final paperwork in May 22, and again, a few more backwards and forwards and some meetings with our external verifier, and we were awarded in April 23 when we had lots of champagne. So that was good. Well, Prosecco. So yeah, we're very proud custodians of the B Corp logo, and even though some people will never have heard of it, I have experienced that it's one of those logos and one of those sort of mindset that really get people thinking. One, it shows that we have done something within our business that is recognised by someone outside of our business. Two, it shows that we take all of this responsibility towards the climate and the natural world seriously. And it's always good when your parent, friend, client says, "I never heard of a B Corp before," and then the other day I was in Fatface and I saw it. Wow. So there are a lot of stories like that that are positive for us. There are some existing doggy B Corps, and we've managed to do some nice collaborations with them, whether it's just inviting them to our conferences, sharing posts that they've got. It's good for us because as an ethical company, as people that try to live as ethically as possible, it's really hard to do the right thing sometimes. And we can say that things might not be perfect, but you've got to start somewhere. And I think seeing the B Corp logo on something means that, okay, they're taking this seriously, and I would like to put my custom in their direction. So certainly we look for other companies that have a similar ethos to us. We're not just about dogs, we're also a business, so we need marketing expertise. We need things printed, banners. We need conference facilities for our conference. We need transport, all sorts of elements that go into running a business can be found within the hive, the beehive, and it's really nice to kind of be approached by and approach other organisations that are in that community. It's just a good place to start, really, because otherwise you're at the mercy of Google or trying to find information about a company and their ethos, and it's not always as transparent on other people's websites, other companies' websites, as it maybe is when you see the B Corp logo. So these are our main products, and I'm being entirely honest, it's just a way of us showing off our lovely dogs. So our main course is the canine training instructor course. There's Fish there and Corinne with her lovely peaches. We're also about to start a behaviour technician course as well for those wanting to delve into more complex behaviour problems and be accredited for that. Again, Peachy on the left and my terrier Mouse on the right. And for those that want to have fun, run puppy classes, really instill some good learning from the start, we've got our complete puppy course when we've got Bob there, the flying bearded collie, and Penny, the terrierist terrier. So yeah, there are our little brochures. Do have a look on our website if you're looking for a dog trainer yourself, or if you fancy a change of career, then do get in touch. From a kind of impact assessment, environmental assessment, and more relevant to the B Corp community, we do also have regular updates on our policies and also impact reports. So you can find those on our website if you go to the news section. There are some latest editions there. So 2022-23 is the most recent annual report, but also some press releases about how we are striving to reduce the impact of dog ownership and dog training organisations within the sector. So this is us. We are very happy to be certified B Corp, and long may it continue. We have embedded it into our organisation very easily, and we're hoping that all of our students and members will be able to do the same in their businesses too. So please do look us up if you're interested in finding out more, and thank you so much for the invite to come and speak to you. I hope that was of interest. Thank you. Bye.